Hi, this is Greg McCoach, editor of the Mining Speculator. I'm here with President and CEO Chris Taylor of Great Bear Resources. We're here at the Vancouver Metals Investor Forum in September of 2019. Chris.
Great to see you.
Yeah, exciting time. We got big smiles. Well, let's tell them why, Now, Chris has, been working a discovery since last year. The stock went from 32 cents where we got involved, and where we hit 9.45 the other day. So you're the talk of the town right now, right? And so what's interesting is when I read that press release, I was actually up in Gillette, Wyoming, and I couldn't comment on it because I didn't have internet up there.
Oh yeah,
but
okay.
Somebody called me and said, "Hey, Great Bear just hit 9.45, right?" I'm like, "What?"
Oh, yeah.
So I quickly go to another place to get on the computer, and when I read about the new style of gold mineralization that we encounter, I'm thinking, "Oh my gosh, now we have multiple zones."
Yep.
Right? You're still exploring. We're not even really drilling for ounces yet.
I know.
We have a fourth discovery zone.
Yeah.
And this one's a different style of mineralization than what's known to Red Lake.
Yeah.
And it's hemlo oriented, right? Kind of a hemlo lookalike, or
Similar, yeah, similar.
some similar characteristics, right?
For sure.
So, I mean, it just keeps getting better, and you keep hitting, right? And so, I can't even wait till the point where we get to that situation where we're drilling deeper on all these zones, right?
Oh yeah, I mean it's coming.
It's coming.
But it's not right now. We still have to find the edges.
Right.
Where are they? That target's 20 kilometers long.
I mean, it's huge.
Yeah.
So I think John Robbins made the comment in that press release.
Yeah.
This is becoming potentially a district scale gold camp.
Yeah, and we, this is how you hope it's going to work out.
Yeah.
Early on, we made sure we bought out the royalties on the project.
Right, you did it all.
And we staked all this stuff because that was the potential scope. And
Yeah.
nobody believed us.
No.
We didn't even know
Yeah.
beforehand. But
Yeah.
we saw that there was low-grade gold along,
Right.
a couple kilometers of that fault.
Yeah.
And then all you had to do was move the drill rigs. We made discoveries this time by extending holes that were already there.
Isn't that just
They
amazing?
just, if they'd gone another 50 meters, they would have been in high-grade gold.
Wow.
But they just didn't take the holes
Wow.
far enough.
Wow. I mean, this is so typical in our industry. Just before we got on here, we were both talking about the fact that you had a whole rack of cores sitting on the property drilled by somebody years and years ago. They never assayed it, right?
Yeah, not the whole thing, little sections,
Yeah.
right? And they missed the high-grade visible gold sections. They didn't assay those.
And they had it, but then gold went down, the market went south, and they didn't even have the money to do anything with it other than just leave it where it's at. Right?
I know, for all those years. And it was still in good shape. And all we had to do was basically pop it open. We had a prediction that there was going to be gold in those holes. And we thought, it doesn't make sense. We read their descriptions. There should have been high grade in those holes. And lo and behold, there was. And then there was another one directly below it, and it just had stopped short. We extended it. Even within the 100 meters of the first extension, there was long high grade intervals of gold in that hole.
Yeah.
It was incredible to see that. And
Wow.
now, of course, we've stepped out much further. And we're seeing
Just the
more and
step
more.
outs you've done and finding multiple zones, right?
Yeah.
It's crazy. It's as good as it gets in the mining business, in the discovery field.
Yeah. Thanks, Greg. Yeah.
And we haven't seen a discovery like this that keeps expanding in a very long time.
Well,
Right?
they're not common. I
No.
mean, the market, my view is that the industry and the market is designed to say the usual, or understand the usual course of affairs, which is one property, one zone.
Right.
You put a rig on it, you just drill off the resource, that gives you your numbers, everyone values you the same way. When does a company get a whole district that then starts panning out,
With only 36 million shares out, or 37, wherever you're at.
42 now.
42
Yeah.
now. It doesn't matter.
It's so diluted. Just kidding.
Such a tight share structure for what you've accomplished in such a short period of time. So for me, that just gets exciting. People go, "Oh, great, what does that mean?" That means that at some point, this is going to get bought out, and the majors are going to fight for this one. I mean, it's going to be a fierce bidding competition, in my view, for this one. So it's going to be much higher. So anyway, that's an exciting future. But for now, we're focused on, continuing doing what you're doing, just trying to find the outer limits of this, and then going back and figuring out where to start building ounces, what makes the most sense.
Correct,
On
yeah.
which zone, out of what you know right now, what zones would you say that is?
You know what? The strangest thing is I can't I can't sit here and point to a spot on that map that I think is the center of the system yet. I just don't have the information, and it's over too big of an area. So it'll be really, really cool to see, and I say that in the cool sense, you know, but it'll be very cool to see how these zones all hook together. Like, can you imagine? Like, I, as a geologist who's been 20 years in the industry so far, I've never seen deposits of this type that go for that potential strike extent. So I'd love to keep stepping out, keep making it bigger if that's what's going to happen, and then start filling in between those things and then going down below them. I mean, like, the fault that it's in is 14 kilometers deep. So the system should be present over,
and the grade should get higher as we go down. Hopefully,
well, I don't know. Right? Let's drill it.
Let's test it.
You know, they go right to surface. I mean, when do you see high grade disseminated near surface gold?
Not like
all
that.
In the same sentence.
No, it had to be
over
some
kilometers.
Huge geological events to push those precious metal bearing fluids up into those areas. Right?
Exactly. Yeah.
So it's got to be a huge deal. And now we're thinking it might be two totally separate events, right?
It could be.
Two different types of mineralization, right?
Yeah, Red Lake style and the hinge and the limb style, and who knows? I mean, we're looking for analogs. You mentioned one of them earlier on. So, but certainly something that's more like the big Archean gold districts in Canada that produce most of the Canadian ounces of gold to date. That's what this new LP thing looks like. So you have an analog to Newmont Gold Corp's high-grade zone at the main Red Lake gold mine, and sitting right beside that, you get this big new target that we're working on right now.
Oh my gosh,
so
Chris,
it's really, that's something we haven't seen before inside a Great Bear.
This is so exciting, you know, after such a long hiatus of, you know, not making money, to have something like this happen, it just like resurrects me as a newsletter writer. It gives me credibility because I've been covering this story. I went and did the site visit. I did the big write-up on it before the discovery hole, right? So
well, if people had just, if more people had listened to you when you first recommended it, 40 cents or whatever it was, I mean, those that did, I hope they send you a case of champagne.
They know that. I've been getting believe me, I'm getting the love mail now instead of the hate mail. You know?
No, it's good.
For the last 6 years of down, you know.
Yeah.
No, it's all fun. I love what I do, and I love working with guys like you, Chris.
It's great. Great to talk to you again, Greg.
Thanks so much.
Yeah, thank you.
Greg McCoach, Vancouver with Chris Taylor. Everybody, hang in there. There's more to come.